Keith, go Army, beat Navy. I'm a former automotive supplier, and I understand the automotive supply chain intimately. I recognize the Biden administration's forced transition to EVs, the comply or die mandates being pushed down from the federal government to everyone, from dealers to mechanics to suppliers of all shapes and sizes, will absolutely crater our economy. It will devastate the local and state economy in Michigan. And representing Michigan's 10th congressional district, the number one manufacturing district in the nation, I am duty bound to speak out. If you want an EV, get an EV. But the federal government should never force you to make a choice with what you do with your money. I was proud to vote for and be an original co-sponsor of Tim Walberg's CARS Act because Americans deserve choice in the vehicle they drive, not a governmental mandate. I've long been beating the drum on the risks of imposing this comply or die EV mandate on car manufacturers, dealers, and consumers. This bill is an important step toward giving Americans choice in the vehicle they drive, not just mandating it. Just last week, we saw 3,000 auto dealers sign a letter opposing Joe Biden's electric vehicle mandate. 211 of them are in Michigan, some including my district, the number one manufacturing district in America. Did I mention that? See, look, the jobs that we see going to China and Mexico aren't because the companies are sending them there on their own volition. It's because the tax and regulatory and tort environment are making it adversarial to do business in America and Michigan. We are exporting our middle class to other countries because of the government overregulation, overtaxation, and meddling in your lives. It will crater our national economy and will put Michigan even further behind than we are economically in the future. Their argument, though, is there simply isn't a strong enough demand for EVs to keep up the level of production the car companies must produce to comply with the Biden administration's mandates. You know what they do? They put policies out there to jack up the price of your gas. And even last year, you had Democrat politicians saying, well, you know what, gas too high, just get a $60,000 EV. Well, most people who are struggling to put food on the table and struggling to afford $6 gas a couple years ago, it's arrogant for them to say, just buy a $60,000 EV. We have to do what is best for the American people, not for someone's federal government mandates. This is what happens when the government forces American automotive industry to conform to strict standards. Their costs will be passed on to the people. And it's not just the companies that are suffering from this rushed transition into electrification. I believe in an all-the-above energy approach. We need to be taking a look at how the market is going to address this and make sure that everybody has the cheapest, cleanest, and most sustainable solution moving forward. It's not just these companies forcing or suffering. It's the automotive workers. The auto workers are suffering. The auto workers are looking at their pensions going away. They're looking at their wages going down. They're looking at their opportunity going to other states and other countries. It's the jobs that are moving to other states and other countries to avoid passing this 40% increase on this EV manufacturing cost on the customers. The mandates that are being forced down Americans' throats will be felt for generations. And so we stand in solidarity with the American people. We stand in solidarity with their choices. And we stand in solidarity with the companies and the people who make them run each and every single day to protect and preserve their choice and freedom. It is now my honor to pass it on to Mr. Andrew